Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial on my channel. In this video, we are going to build a simple calculator application using Python and Tkinter. Tkinter is a built-in Python library used for creating GUI application. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a full functional calculator with a user-friendly interface. So let's dive into the code. So before jumping into the code, let's view the project overview. In this video, we'll set up the Tkinter window and then we'll design the layout of our calculator. Then we will add functionality to handle button clicks and perform calculations. Then finally, we will test our calculator to ensure everything is working properly. So let's dive into the code. So here is the code. First, we have to import the necessary libraries. So before importing any library, make sure that you install this library on your laptop. So to install this Tkinter library, use this line of code pip install Tkinter. Actually, I have already installed, so I am just importing this library. The main use of this Tkinter module is it provides functionality for creating GUI application in Python. So we are importing this Tkinter as a TK. Here TK is nothing but it's an alias for this Tkinter. Next, here we can see that we are creating the main window. Okay, this is a main window of our application using this TK constructor, and I'm storing into an instance called root. So this is nothing but root is a variable that is nothing but it's an instance of this TK constructor. And this window serves as a container for all the GUI elements of our calculator. Next, we are setting the window title. Here you can see I'm using this title function. This is used to set the title of the main window. So I'm giving the title as a calculator. Here you can see, and this will appear in the title bar of the window. Next, I'm setting the geometry. This line of code will set the dimensions of the main window. Here 400 by 500 is nothing but the window will be of 400 pixel wide and 500 pixel tall. Next, you can see here I'm setting the configure. This config is nothing but it is used to access the window functions. Here the window function is nothing but BG. BG means background color. So we configure the background color of the main window, and this color is nothing but it is a light gray color. So let's run this code. Next, we are creating a string variable to hold the current number being input. This line creates a string var object named current number, and this variable is used to this current number will used to hold the current number being displayed in the calculator's entry widget. Okay, and I'm setting that default value to 0. Okay, let's run. Next, what I'm doing means I am creating a frame for the entry widget to make it visually distinct. Here I am creating one variable named entry underscore frame. In that I am using this frame function. Here you can see the frame function, and I am giving the background color as white. Actually our calculator will appear like this. You can see. So we are creating entry field is nothing but this field. The 0 is appearing here. Not this field we are creating. This entry frame we are creating. Okay. Next, we will use this entry field to enter the current number, and then packed with some vertical padding. Here the vertical padding is nothing but 10, and this pad function is nothing but it is used to position the frame. Okay, let's run. Here you can see this will create an entry within the entry frame. Actually we have created this entry frame. In that we are creating an entry. Entry is nothing but whatever the user enters, whatever number the user press, then it will be stored in this entry. Means like this 0 or any number, it will be stored. We just created this frame, and then we are creating one entry. I mean, in this frame we are storing the number. So here you can see text variable equal to current number. Actually the current number we have set to 0. So it will be stored as a 0. If the user enters any number, then that number will become this current number. Then I am giving that font as a Arial, and it is of size 30, and BD is nothing but the border. I am not giving any border here, and BG is nothing but the white, and then FG is nothing but the text color, and justification is right justification I am using. Then here you can see that I am using this pack function, fill equal to both and expand equal to true. Means this will fill both horizontally as well as vertically. Okay. Expand equal to true means it is ensuring it adjusts its size according to the available space. Let's run. Next, what I'm doing means I'm creating another frame for the calculator buttons. As we have already, as we have created a frame for the entry, next we are creating a frame for the buttons. Like we have created this frame and we have also created an entry. Now we are creating this button frame. Okay. And we are using the same function, that is frame function, and the root is nothing but it is an instance of the Tkinter. Here you can see pack is nothing but it is used to position that frame. Let's run this. Next, I'm defining a function to handle button clicks. Here you can see on button click value means we define a function on button click to handle button clicks. It takes a value parameter representing the value associated with the click button. Inside this function, you can see if the user presses equal to, what we are doing here means first we are creating one variable name result. In this, what we are doing, if the user presses any, if he presses 5 into 6, suppose, then the result value will be stored. It is evaluating using this evaluate function, and that result, 30 will be stored in this result variable. Then what it is doing, then we are converting the result into the string format. Then again we are setting this result into the new current number. Okay. Next, I am creating one exception here. You can see I am setting the current number set error. Means nothing but if the user presses, if he deletes all the numbers and if he presses simply equal to, then it will show error. As well as if the user want to divide any number by 0, then also this error will occur, because any number is divisible by 0 is an error. It is a syntax error. So I am creating this exception to show that error. Next, what we are doing means else if value equal to C, it is nothing but it is used to clear the input. Again it will set the default number to 0. Then again we are concatenating the digits and operators here. You can see in this else part we are defining another nested if else. Here you can see if current number dot get equal to 0, then current number dot set value, where the value will be 0 itself, and otherwise append the pressed value to the current number. If the user want to, if the user pressed 5 and again he want to calculate 2-digit or 3-digit number, then that another number will be appended using this. We are appending the current number plus value, means 5. I'll show you one second. If the user presses 5, if you want to calculate a 2-digit number into with some other number, then after this number what happens, if he presses 4, this 4 is appending to this 5. Okay. Also, if the user want to calculate some number, like if we want to add or subtract or multiply, like here you can see if we want to subtract, then this operator is appending to the previous number. Likewise, if we want to divide that number, then this division operator is appending to that particular number. Likewise, if we want to add, so it can also add and perform the calculation using this calculator. So this is the use of this line of code. Okay, let's run this. Here what I'm creating means I'm defining a layout of buttons. Here you can see we are defining a layout here 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and rest of the number, rest of are C0 equal to, these are the symbols. I mean division symbol, multiplication, subtraction and addition. But we are not creating this one because we are creating a simple calculator. So I'm not creating all these things. I'm just using 4 by 4, I mean 4 rows and 4 columns here. So you can see this is a layout I'm creating. So let's run this. Next what I'm doing means I'm defining one function named button underscore click underscore handler. In this what happens means, in this I am creating one lambda function. Here you can see lambda on button click value, means we have already defined this function on button click value. You can see here, means if the user clicks on the button, then this function will be executed. This function will be executed. Okay, the use of this function is, it is used to define the handle button clicks dynamically. It returns a lambda function that calls this function on button click function with the appropriate values. Okay, got it? Next I am creating nested loops. Here you can see for I and for j. Here I is nothing but rows and j is nothing but columns. As I have said that I am just creating four columns and 4 rows. You can see I am creating only these 4 rows and 4 columns. So I am using this nested for loop to create buttons based on the defined layout. The layout I have created now. For this layout I am creating buttons. For I in range 4, I mean up to this, I mean these 4 rows, and for j in range 4, I mean these columns 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm using the function named button. Here you can see the frame we have created already. You can see here buttons frame we have already created. In that frame only these buttons will be stored. In that frame we are using this buttons I comma j. I is nothing but rows and j is nothing but columns. Okay, then here you can see I am giving the font as a Arial 20 for these buttons, and background color is nothing but this color, and black is the text color. I'm not using any border, and the width I'm giving is 5, height to 2, and the command is nothing but button click handler, means this function it will be executed. Okay, next I'm also placing the buttons in the grid layout using this grid function. Here row is nothing but I, and j is nothing but column, and the pad of x is 5 and pad of y is 5. Okay, let's run this code. Next here you can see these lines, I mean these column config and row config is nothing but these lines configure rows and column weights for the button frame. Okay, allowing buttons to resize proportionally when the window is resized. We are giving the same weights for each and every row and column configure because we want to resize proportionally when the window is resized. Okay, next here you can see this line starts the Tkinter event loop, and which runs the application and handles user interaction, means this is nothing but the output file. Let's run this. Here you can see our output is ready. As I have said, I have given calculator title here, you can see, and it is of 400 by 500, means 400 width and 500 height, and its background color is light gray. Next, here I am setting this current number to 0, here you can see, and the entry frame I have given, means this is nothing but the entry frame, white color. Whatever the user presses, I mean if the user presses this value, value will be stored in this entry field. Okay, and it is of font Arial 30, and the border size I didn't give, the border I didn't give. And next, black color is a font color and white is a background. Here you can see white background and black, and justification also it's showing right. This is a right justification. Next, what I did means I have created the buttons frame. This frame I have created. In that frame, I displayed this layout, I mean buttons layout, this one. Next, what we did means we have defined some function here. I mean if the user presses equal to, if he presses equal to, then the result will be same. And if you want to multiply any number or divide any number, then he can. And if he presses equal to, then this evaluation function will show the result. I mean this is a result. And next, what I did means I have also given the exception, means if I delete this number and if I simply press equal to, then it will show error. Also, if I want to divide any number by 0, then also it will show error because it's a syntax error. Next, to clear, we are pressing C, and it will be, and the default number will be set to 0. Here you can see. And the else part you can see, if number equal to 0, I mean if I add some value, then it will be the value of that current number. To find any 2-digit or 3-digit value also, you can press this 2 is appended to this 5 using this current number dot get plus value. Okay, and if I press 3, this 3 will be appended to this 2. Likewise it will be appending, it will be adding the value. Okay, if I want to divide by 0, then it will show error. So like this you can create a calculator using Python. So if you like this video, if you found this video informative, please share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel and like the video, and stay tuned. Happy coding, happy learning. Thank you for watching.